Are you trying to save your marriage and avoid divorce? Most couples try to change behavior when they're trying to do that. But real change, the change that you are needing because the Band-Aids and the quick fixes haven't been working, is the result of understanding the blueprint behind the curtain leading to the behavior patterns that you and your partner are stuck in. So before you throw away a 15-year relationship, stop and ask yourself, have we actually tried to understand the emotional wiring that's driving us apart behind every repeated fight, every painful silence, every "why doesn't he get me" moment? There's a pattern, and that pattern is made up of, it's driven by your temperament and your attachment style. I'm Dr. Denim Slade, and during my 30 years of experience, I gathered enough data to create the most insanely accurate, not just personality, but temperament system out there. The new C.O.R.E personality model helps you to authentically incorporate you into your life and relationships. I want to point out something really important for you to understand. The problem is not that the two of you are just too different, that the way that you are or the way that he is, your temperament, his attachment style, or whatever else are not just hopelessly incompatible. That is not how it works. Any two people can have a healthy and happy relationship. The fact is, and this isn't just opinion, the fact is that we have excellent science on what it actually takes to make a relationship work. It is not a mystery, and it is not a crapshoot. I have a couple that I'm working with right now that were totally headed for divorce when they came into my office. And as they have come to understand each of their temperaments and their attachment styles, they've been able to see and diagnose and understand themselves and one another differently than they ever were before, because that combination of your temperament plus your attachment style filters every information and every interaction that we have. And if you're not taking that into account, you're not understanding the emotional blueprint that is underneath the surface, behind the curtain, dictating how you fight, how you interact, how you have sex with each other, how you parent. Those two things influence almost every aspect of our lives and relationships. And most people have very little understanding of either of those things in their lives or their relationship. And while it's a little beyond the scope of this video to get too into, I do want to point out that it's important to understand that temperament is unchangeable. Every single one of us comes into life with an unchangeable temperament. And a lot of times we spend a lot of energy and frustrating attempts trying to either change our own temperament or the temperament of our partner, only to hit our heads against the same walls over and over and over again. So temperament is really about compatibility and learning to work with your temperament to amplify and magnify your strengths and to work around some of the predictable challenges that come with temperament. While attachment style is changeable. Attachment style is set by about age 3, and most people never do change their attachment style. But the research is really clear that you can rewire your attachment style. It doesn't happen easily. In fact, the research shows that about 25% of people who are actively trying to change their attachment style are able to do so over a 4-year period. And that's because attachment style is some of the very first stuff. It's some of the very foundational framework and map that gets wired into our brains during those first 3 years of life. And so most of us aren't even aware of the blueprint that our attachment style is, and that it dictates how we monitor and manage both closeness and connection. The good news is that it is actually as predictable as the law of the harvest. If you want to harvest corn, what do you have to do? You have to plant, feed, and nourish corn, and then you'll get it. But if you want to harvest corn and you plant beans, it doesn't matter how badly you want corn, you are not going to end up with corn. And relationships are no different. If you and your partner are both willing to do the things that produce the results that you want, you will get the relationship that you want. It's science, and it's super predictable. And of course, you can't do that if you don't have the right map. The 7 core habits for fixing your marriage from the inside out are that map. They are research-based and clinically proven across 30 years. This is the roadmap to turning things around, with a system that shows you how to decode your own wiring, understand your partner, and build emotional connection that lasts. This is what real marriage work looks like. Not tips, not scripts, just transformation from the inside out. Take the free C.O.R.E assessment and join the C.O.R.E Advantage today to see what's actually driving your disconnection.